Hello and welcome back. Day 2, New Japan Cup 2020. And things kick off with Gabriel Kidd and Ishimori Taiji. And, okay, granted. Okay, yeah, you know who's going to win, right? Yeah. You know who's going to win. And at the same time, you hope to see a good match. And straight up, can anyone deny this? When it comes to the Young Lions, they never fail to perform.
They always put on a good match.
I've said it before. I wish the veterans would perform at that enthusiastic level. Some do, but that's the problem. Some. Young Lions want it. They got to earn it. They got to prove themselves. They go through that hard knocks training all the time, and then they go out there and they got to perform. And you can tell they put their hearts into it.
Yep.
They have to. And then once you finally break away from that after 7 or 8 or 9 years, then you start slightly coasting, trying to keep the name that you've earned for yourself. And then you get your run at some kind of title shot, after a while, it seems. I don't think that's right. I understand there's a pecking order, but by the time anyone gets a chance to really dominate as a champion, they are just cresting within their prime. And that's way too long from when they first start. It shouldn't take a decade to be noticed by a company. It shouldn't take a decade. I ain't saying it should be 6 months to a year, but it shouldn't be a decade.
I think oftentimes it also has to do with what decisions the individual makes.
That too, yes. I'm just going on the blanket aesthetics of it all.
Yeah.
I thought this match was really good. Gabriel Kidd, I like his drive. I like how you can see in his eyes he's calculating in that ring. And Ishimori, yeah, he led this match. You can easily see it. But also Ishimori and Kidd sort of had a kerfuffle, just a little bit. And it was a little mix-up, a little, And the thing is, Gabriel Kidd, he did what he had to do. And I'm sure maybe there was some... I hope there's no backlash for what he did. It looked like there was going to be a diving Hurricanrana infiltrator of some kind. Or maybe just a Frankensteiner from the top, diving Frankensteiner. Not sure which, but there was a little mix-up, a little something there, and Gabriel Kidd did truthfully what a veteran would know to do. And that's called an audible.
Mm-hmm.
That's to switch things up, nothing's going right, call it right there. And he did.
And see, going back to when the LA Dojo first opened, I remember when they were interviewing Shibata, he was talking about they're going to be having wrestlers coming in from all over the globe. And these aren't just, people who are just graduated from high school and said, you know what, I'm going to be a wrestler. And I'm going to get trained at LA Dojo. No, I think a lot of these guys have already been trained elsewhere and probably been, making an indie living as a wrestler. They may have some experience. So that could be why
he's able to do that.
Kidd was able to do that, yes.
And that's a great thing. I didn't think about that. I wasn't even thinking about that. And that's amazingly to point out. Good call on that one. And yet, sometimes the way New Japan works, and the way some companies in America work, it's like even if they call an audible, they get chastised and berated for it, which I don't think is right. But Kidd did the right thing.
It's like, what's the reason behind calling the audible? If you call an audible because you're trying to go in business for yourself,
then you got a problem.
But if you're trying to protect the integrity of the match and protect the other wrestler, then there's nothing wrong with that.
Then you should get praised.
Yeah.
Just don't get a swelled head about it. You did good, and hope that it never has to happen again.
Yeah.
That's the mindset to have. Hope that it never has to happen again. I like what I saw from Gabriel Kidd. I've always liked what I've seen from Ishimori Taiji. I've always liked it. So those two come together, and it worked. It worked. And you could see on Taiji's face, he was like, whoa, that was a work.
Yeah.
You know, that was a workout. That was a thing. You know, it ain't like,
it wasn't easy.
It ain't like Yoshinobu all like, oh, you just a warm-up. No. He gave some credit to it. You can see it on his face.
And see, here's the thing, that if the wrestler doesn't come out looking like, how dare you challenge me, young lion, you know, once the match is over and the quote-unquote veteran wins, they usually have a look about them as if to say, damn, dude, I wasn't expecting it to be like that. Because they get worked out, they get tested, and most of the time they get tested in their basics. The veteran gets their stuff in, but the thing about being a veteran is sometimes you spend so many years getting your stuff in that your basics get a little rusty.
And when they get rusty, you look bad, because then all you can do now is a new move. When you can work the basics, you're everything, because you are nothing without the basics. You know, but hey, at the end, Ishimori Taiji, he won.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good match.
And there was some respect gained.
Yep. I'm not going to tell you how the match ended, but it made sense. Ready to move on?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, match 2. That we find Yuya Uemura versus Kanemaru Yoshinobu. And I remember when, Kanemaru called Yuya a warm-up.
A warm-up. Mm-hmm.
So, Uemura, I thought, young lion it up and do what he got to do. No. He came out and he started whooping Kanemaru's ass.
Yep.
I enjoyed that. That was good. It showed that the young lions aren't supposed to just kind of take it with a competitive edge. They can give it with a competitive edge.
Yep.
I like that. That's the difference between now
and when we first started watching 3 years ago.
Yes. I mean, wow. It's a major difference. And we were really into this match.
Mm-hmm.
We were cheering Uemura on. We were booing Kanemaru.
Even though we know better.
Yeah, we know better, but we was mad at Kanemaru.
Yeah, man.
Now, here's the only downside of the match. Now, granted, when Uemura started his comeback near the end, it was amazing. And that body scissors roll,
yes,
beautiful.
And then through the 3 different roll ups.
Yes, I modeled some of my my newcomers and upstarts in Fire Pro after that. So, there's one thing I don't like. I don't like it. And that's Kanemaru's finisher, the deep impact diving DDT from the middle rope. I don't like it because the opponent has to feed themselves to him. At one point, Manhattan dropped, he hop up there, jump off and do it. That made sense. But when the opponent has to get up and walk halfway across the ring with his head down like he ain't going to see where anyone's standing, that's when I have a problem.
Yeah.
And you know what sucks? This time, the defender that took the move looked better than the one delivering it. Even though the move was done picture perfect, attacker defender did it perfect.
It doesn't look good.
Yeah.
I agree.
Kanemaru just, to be on offense and be fed and it's not a tag match, it just doesn't look right, And I really wish Kanemaru would, find a different finisher. There's a lot of finishers out there. There's a lot of base moves that you could turn into a finisher with a little tweaking.
You feel the exact same way about his finisher that I feel about Bushi's finisher.
I feel the same way about, but Bushi usually does his in a tag match when the person's already near the corner.
It still looks bad.
It's still bad, but at the same time, it's a lot better than what we just saw.
But typically, I don't know what was up. Typically, Yoshinobu's finisher looks pretty good. But it's usually with the setup.
Perfect, but yeah, it's going into it.
Yeah.
The move was done perfect, but going into it, I was like, it was kind of a downer. But all in all, the match went as needed, and you knew who was going to win. But man, where Mota makes you cheer for him, and he made new things come out of Kanemaru that you normally wouldn't see. I like seeing that at the opening, and I'm gonna tell you, when they hit the railing, the crowd, it's like it's kind of dull. But without a crowd, it sounds so much worse.
Yeah, with a crowd, there's screams to go along with it when they hit the railing.
Without that crowd, it make you feel for them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Nobu won as predicted, but as needed and as obvious. But it was still a great match.
Yeah.
And I hope you all watch the match. If you can, watch it. It's worth it. It's really good.
Yeah, Uemata did very good.
Yes, as always. And he was a dick at the end. I ain't going to tell you how. But we were mad. I can't even be like, oh, that's a working no. I'm like, I'm mad. So, damn him. Let's get to the next one. All right. So, Nagata Yuji versus Suzuki Minoru. And this was a very long match.
It's crazy.
But it was a high damage match. It was, look, seriously, what I said near closing of the match was nobody in the United States in wrestling can do what these two are doing. Nobody. They're not going to go through it. They're not going that far. It's all fun and LOL and happy and all this. No, these two, they could be the greatest friends outside this ring. But what you saw, it looked like two people that legitimately hated each other and was trying to prove a point of pride and endurance.
Yep.
And there is some exploitation in terms of who's got it and who doesn't. Yuji used to be the insane king in the ring. That is going to have to go to Suzuki Minoru because
he didn't have that forever. Since he got back, he's just...
Minoru is just unending energy. He can take as much of a beating as he dishes. And he will keep going.
Anytime anybody has to wrestle Minoru, when there's a build, except for Tomohiro Ishii, anybody else that has to wrestle Minoru and there's a build up over time, they always look like they're going to their death. Like they had to write the last will and testament before they came out before the match. And the worst of all was Kenny Omega. Remember Kenny Omega had to wrestle ass?
Yes. Kenny looked like he was at home. He fucked up in school, and Dad's coming home with the belt. That's what Kenny Omega was looking like. Kenny tried to flip it on him like, I was never scared, and then he looked scared.
Mm-hmm.
And he got his ass whooped.
Mm-hmm.
With this, Nagata, they're the same age, just a few months apart. Nagata has wrestled brutally his whole career. He's never taken a step back. Nagata has gone full bore, and he has had a lot, and I mean tons of high-end, high-quality, no-holds-barred level matches. He has done that. That's his career. That's his legacy. Suzuki, not so much. Now, granted, Pancrase he did, and it was brutal, and it, you would think shortened somebody's career. He had to quit. Minoru had to quit the thing he started because it was eating away at him, physically breaking him, and he came back to wrestling, where it's pretty much you dial it back about 50%. I never really saw Pancrase. I remember it was being like the hype of hypes, and people thought it was the greatest damn thing on the planet, but I could never watch it because I could never find it at the time. And if I look now, I could probably find some old stuff. Maybe it's still going today. I haven't looked anything up. But these two, this match showed, the different levels. because, you know, MMA fighting, you don't do it every day. You don't do it twice a day. And you don't do it, you know, 5 out of 7 days out of the week. Sometimes 6. Sometimes without a day off. Pancreas, you can take a month or 2 off because it takes that long to heal and then prepare
for the next one.
And sometimes you take a week or 2 off depending upon how beat up you are or are not. This here showed Yuji Nagata and it showed Suzuki Minoru. They started off strong, equally. But as the match wore on, Nagata started to slow down. Minoru didn't. And you can see that. You know? In wrestling, people want to say the whole thing is fake. It's not. The ending, yeah, that's predetermined. You know who's going to win. But how they get there is often left up to the ones in the ring to decide. And you've got 2 ring veterans, 2 ring generals. They can call the match in that ring. They didn't have to. It was all strikes. It was a Suzuki and it was a Nagata style match. Legitimately what they have brought themselves up doing. And it was bull versus bull. And I'm going to tell you, I wish to be neither one of them. I don't care who won. I would not want to be either one of them. Now, you want to look at the winner? The winner looked like he took all the damage in the match.
See, there's a pattern with Minoru Suzuki that I figured out.
Yes.
And I forgot it before going to it. I forgot that if he's going to lose, he makes them pay for it.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. He makes them pay for it.
That's what he does. The people that can stand up to Minoru Suzuki without looking like they're afraid, Nagata, alright, Ishii, and Tama Tonga.
Yeah.
They're the only ones. Oh, Juice Robinson was another. Juice Robinson. He pissed him off in that first G1. Pissed him off for real.
He hit him with that left, and Minoru was like, "You dare strike me!"
Yes. He was mad. He was mad even though he won. He was mad.
Yeah.
He was pissed. So yes, there's a lot we could. It's just Oh man, that was
great.
That match.
It was crazy.
Yuji Nagata needs to go heel. His face was all ballooned up from the slap fest that they had in the teaser tag match. It's worse now, and he's bleeding from the mouth, not profusely. Nagata's face looked like some bees got a hold of him and made it with his face.
His ear, his neck, his clavicle and shoulder area all beat bright red, busted capillaries. Oh my goodness.
It's terrible.
His ears don't look great, as I said earlier to Cedric. They don't look great. Now the one on the left like it's just a slab of red meat.
And he's the winner.
He's the winner.
So it is what it is. I'm not going to tell you how it ended, but how it ended was an immediate shock and it made sense.
Yeah.
I like it. But the beatings that they both took, I'm going to be honest with you, the majority of people that don't really get New Japan Pro Wrestling and how the old school work, they're not going to be able to watch the whole match. They're not going to be able to do it. They're going to, about halfway through, it's going to be like, I can't do this. I got to look away. Just fast forward. It was a beat down on both ends. There was no owning in this.
Nope.
No owning. And Minoru at the end was still like, let's keep going, basically.
Yep.
Energizer Bunny for real.
No flip and no flop.
No flip, no flop. All heart. No one in the United States can be able to do what they did. Or probably anywhere else, really. So, my hat's off to the 4th generation. They showed what they can do. Mm-hmm. And nobody younger than them in that ring that all has the ability to be a world champion is going to go through it. Put it like this.
Oh, no, you're counting out Ibushi.
Ibushi?
Ibushi would go through that.
I question.
I don't.
He'll do that, but will he do that to that level? That's the difference. I don't know that. He'll go in there and slap it around, kick it around, and he'll get all stiff and whatnot, but it's a short-lived thing.
Hasn't he gone toe-to-toe with Minoru several times?
Not like this. This was different.
I think he could, though.
I think he could. I think he can. And if need be, I think he will. But I've not seen it. And he's had many matches with him. So, I don't know. But I will say Ibushi, yes, I agree. He's the other that will stand up and do this. And there might be a few others. But I was naming the most prominent ones. The ones that look like they had fun getting the shit kicked out of them, bleeding and bruised up and battered and swollen. Yeah, those are the ones I was talking about. You don't fake swelling.
No, you don't.
You don't fake loose teeth. You don't fake split cauliflower ears. So, y'all keep that in mind when you talk. There's pro wrestling. There's fighting. This was it. Let's roll. Main event. Okay.
It shouldn't have been, but it was.
Yeah, we just saw a strike war in that ring with two decorated veterans, and they play second fiddle to
Okada versus Gedo.
Yes, Okada versus Gedo.
And I have to admit, Ghetto's strong heel tactics kept it interesting.
It did. Gedo actually made the match interesting.
He made the match interesting.
It was a good classic supervillain versus your superhero type level pro wrestling match, and it was good. It was. I would give it maybe 2.5 stars.
The only problem with it is, those matches really get the desired effect if you are really big fans of the face, and we just are not.
No, we're not.
So
Okada has went from he's not the the one that go home heat thing that Brian last talked about, that go home heat like Tai Chi. No, it's the more like now he's okay.
Yeah.
He's grown to be
okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
It's still the one we clamor to see.
Yeah.
It's not like, Okada's wrestling, I'm looking forward to this. No, it's not like that.
Okada wrestling to us is, we have the same level of joy to see him wrestle as we do thinking that Yoshihashi will improve his moveset.
And it's just not going to happen.
It's not. They're both fine. They're fine. I just didn't really get anything out of this match, And truthfully, Gedo should have won.
Yeah, he should have.
He honestly should have won, because at first I was like, I can't wait for Okada to win. How is he going to win? This match should go no more than 5 minutes. Gedo got in shape. I mean, the whole time we were watching him, he would have been gassed out by now. No, this dude was still able to go.
Yeah, he carried the match.
Yes, he did phenomenally well. I was impressed with damn near every 30 seconds of the match from Gedo.
Especially all of his his dastardly cleverness to get objects into the damn match.
I mean, he had brass knuckles in his pocket.
He had a wrench taped to his side.
He had brass knuckles on the ring post.
Taped underneath the apron.
The funniest thing that could have happened is if he reached into the rest pockets and pulled some out. That would have been hilarious.
But man, he came out with his arm wrapped like he had an injury. And they made him take it off, and he tried to spray Okada in the eyes. Okada stopped him, and after he put him on his ass, he had to search Geto's pocket
and found brass knuckles. I'm like, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
They weren't brass. They were probably steel, or
some
nickel, steel, silver. They were silver nonetheless. They were pretty.
Mm-hmm.
They were real pretty. I ain't gonna lie. I would have just bought them to just have them in the house. They're pretty. Look how beautiful they are. Nice, shine and clean. But but me, I like shiny things anyway. Don't put a shiny penny on the railroad tracks. I'm getting killed. So hyperbole for you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was all right. I would give the match 2.5.
It shouldn't have been the main event. It should have been the opening.
Yeah, opening match or second. No, I would have put
right behind the Young Lions.
Yeah, put it right behind the Young Lions. That would have been all right. It should have been, Nagata and Suzuki closing, because that would have been worth it. The thing is, it still exploits the poor booking of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I was hoping that maybe they would have taken this time to chill, think about things, and then try to improve. But nope. It's more of the same. Don't care about the youngsters. Don't give a shit about the elders, and give all the glory to those that don't have any shine to them. God damn it. That's just aggravating.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, the only thing they got going for them is they are not AEW.
And that is having a lot going for you.
Yes. So
that's like saying the only thing going for me is that you're not terminal. Well, not being terminal is damn good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just got nothing for this, really. I said my piece. Do you got anything else to add?
No.
If any of you got anything to add to this, if you found the match entertaining, that's cool.
Ghetto did good.
It was very entertaining.
Ghetto did good.
Okada was boring.
Yeah.
I love his ring intro attire. That's awesome, bright, brilliant.
I mean, he didn't even. There wasn't any outrage. And the super face supposed to get like upset that they're getting fucked over.
Yeah, but Okada's so goddamn dry.
Dry bone.
I'm serious. That's some bitch, man. That's what my issue is. Okada. Oh my God, there are none's better than him. It's just look. I just wish he would just get a personality. You ain't gonna be rich forever, motherfucker. You need to get a personality.
Yeah.
So closing match it shouldn't have been. He didn't even give an ending speech. We'll look at the comments what they're gonna do at the.
I don't blame him for not getting the ending speech.
It's probably gonna be the same. He only give it if he's on the actual title hunt. So we know that he's not gonna make it through the whole tournament. He's not gonna be in the finals.
Which is good.
Yeah, he'll do speeches when he's gonna be in the finals. So
it's probably gonna be either Ibushi or one of the LIJ.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh. So
which is fine with me.
Very fine with me. So yeah. Hey, look, and if any of you, anyone that hears this and you want us to do like a watch along style with this, on a certain match, we'll do that. We'll try to, do that. Just hit record, watch the match, and tell you where to start and all that stuff. Most likely to be when the bell rings, or extremely right after the introduction is probably where it would be the start. But yeah, we could do that. That'd be cool. In any case, it's been Cedric and Cedra for CR Wrestling Commentary on New Japan Cup 2020 Day 2. Thank you for listening.